I feel confident because I know Vicente Todolí, the curator of the show, since a long time ago, and he invited me to visit the space. And I like it very much, this industrial context, this kind of old factory in Milano, a very important city in this industrial developing of Italy. And I like it very much, this scale, really huge and at the same time very playful. It was like an arena for me, like completely a park, a garden to play and to display my ideas. Well, I think it's interesting because the idea, and we talked since the first meeting with Vicente, was do not build any wall into the space and let the pieces create some natural interaction and some links in between all of them. And then it was interesting or important to find a way of let the pieces have a dialogue, an exchange, and one give a different approach to the other. It's the first time when we can match the three pieces or install the three pieces at the same time, which is the big challenge and the big chance to do it in this factory, the HangarBicocca. And then it was really interesting how these pieces made in some special period come together. Yeah, I did it. The first time is fun because the story, because I planned the idea of the three pieces, the trilogy in Mexico, and I did the cosmic thing was the first. In some way, I produced the piece, and I want to show the Escarabajo film at the same time, but I don't have the chance to do it, and I only took I had an idea. I just took the tires, the wheels, and I dig into the ground in the chance to see like the potential piece about the car was buried there, and I put it in the outside of the garden of my parents' house, and then it was a kind of tomb outside of the door in the garden, in some way like when you lose your dog passed away, or a bird which your grandmother had, you bury it into the garden. And then I like this idea of the resting car was outside of my home. The sound is important because we have just one single space. Then the visual can be here, and the one physically one piece could be here and the other in the other side, and it's not connected necessarily. But with the sound, every sound is moving and really doing. Both or all of the pieces with sound use all the space, and then it's important to create this dialogue between them. It's interesting because I never worked with the intention to record the sounds. It was really physical and really visual, my approach to the sculpture, to the actions. But just by chance, because the camera has recorded the sound, I received some input which I never planned, and I love it because, for example, in 9 Types of Terrain, we found really nice kind of bricks, antique ones, like a little bit taller than the normal ones, like contemporary bricks, and it was very well done. and the sound, when they clap one next to the other, was very clear, very transparent sound. And I like it very much because it creates this domino effect, and it was very melodical because the distance in the space of these bricks creates some different sound than the ones who was closer, or the cadence or the rhythm of falling down also creates some rhythms. Then it was at the end a very kind of composition, randomly made, but it was a musical, absolutely like a concert. Controller is a piece which I did in Berlin. I went to spend like 1 year in a residency there, and I used to go to the flea markets, which are really amazing, and I found a beautiful all antique tools on very like analog or mechanical tools, and I start to collect with any intention. But in some way the period in Berlin was to open my books, my own sketchbooks, to see or to read about what was my intention, my feelings or my ideas in the past years. And then I like the idea to hang these tools in the angle of the viewer. I mean, if you stand up in the center of the piece, every tool is in your eye level, in your perspective. And then you have this feeling when you are inside about you can touch all of them and you can hold all of them. And I like this potential, or this make evident or invite the people to have this feeling about we have this potential in a daily life to do, to transform, to modify, to change the things. I know very well when the pieces are arrives, and we open the crates and we place into the space. Always is a little bit shocking, like to see how many pieces are just split into the space, and it's some very particular moment when you get a little bit freaked about what is this, which is just resting in the floor, and we need to suspend it. But it's this period of time which I like it very much, and it's a disorder, a kind of out of order, all the pieces, the potential pieces. And I like the idea, the word of casino, like a big disaster with people. I used to hear people say this is a casino, questo è un casino. Como in Mexico we say desmadre, which is like something is just a big chaos and disaster. Then I like to name the show like Disorder.